Before the Germans murdered many of the Jews who they murdered, they used them as slaves. If they deemed people to be fit for work, they were brought to places like this. This is the Plashow concentration camp, where people were forced to quarry stones through the night in the freezing cold. And this, coming here, was very useful for me in writing after the war, because I read this from an 11-year-old called Marcel Gruner, who says, in the Plashow camp, Dad put me into a brush factory because they kept saying that those children who do not work would be shot. In the brush making workshop, we were producing shoe and clothes brushes, shoe polish polishing brushes and bottle brushes. And coming here and reading that made me decide that I could use that scene for the scene in the book where Leah, Mordecai and Yossi are working in the brush factory. And for me, if I can come and find something real, that I can come to a place and know that something actually happened, that helps me to know that I'm writing the right thing. The factory made brushes for polishing German soldiers' boots, for brushing down German horses and whatever else the German army needed brushes for. In Yossi's mind, he could see all four of them standing there, himself, Mordecai, Leo and Aaron, Leo's older brother. A guard was shouting in their faces, because on the floor in front of them there was a jumble of hundreds of pieces of wood and binding and bristles that had been knocked noisily from a rack. This was a catastrophe for whoever was responsible, for all of them. Anyone who made a mistake like this could expect a beating, or worse. Leo had done it. The four boys all knew that. He had fallen asleep on his feet, or fainted from hunger, and crashed into the boxes containing the brushes and bristles. They fell and scattered, making such a racket that the Nazi guards were onto them immediately. "Which of you has done this?" one guard was screaming. None of them answered. "Which of you? You will all die if you don't tell me now." They stood with heads down, all of them. Yossi remembered what happened next. He would never forget. One of them stepped forward. Aaron, Leo's brother. "I did it," he said.